In these 21 days, I worked upon all these things and I made it. And I'm telling you, if you follow all these methods, all these steps, you will also be able to speak fluently as much I am speaking in front of you right now, okay? If you follow all these 5 steps, I can bet you, I can challenge you, it is 100% guarantee that you will be able to be fluent in English within 21 days. I lacked consistency. This is the most important thing that I was not doing those days. So I just want to tell you that make it a project. 21 days ago, I made it a project that for the next 21 days, I will indulge myself completely into English. I will give myself to English. I will commit to English. So unless you make it a project, you will not be able to devote time to your spoken English. Hey viewers, welcome back to my channel's 3 World. Today I am here to give you an update about my 21 days spoken English challenge, and I just want to tell you that I have gathered enough confidence that I can speak in front of the camera, I can speak in public, and I can speak to anybody. Earlier what used to happen to me like that I can understand English and somehow I can write it too, but whenever it comes to speaking, I always fall behind. I just can't do it. And I know many of you are suffering from the same problem. And I'm telling you, it is not a big deal, okay? It is not a big deal. Look, if you are a government job aspirant, English may be important to you. But if you are a teaching aspirant, English is necessary for you. And why it is so? It is because we teachers miss a lot of opportunities just because of this language. Because we can't speak English, private school does not hire us. And this is the major problem that we teachers have in our career. So, today I will tell you the methods which I have been following since 21 days so that you can also get through these, okay? Whenever you look on the internet or in YouTube, people will tell you a lot of things about English. But they will not tell the exact process about the exact methods through which you can speak English. And why they are not able to tell the exact method? It is because they have not gone through the same problem. But I have been going through the same problem since 6 to 7 years. So today I will tell you the exact method which I am following, and trust me, if it is working for me, it will work for you too as well, okay? So let's get started. Before I start, I just want to commit something. There is no such thing that I have mastered this language or I have achieved perfection, okay? I just believe that there is no such thing like perfection. We cannot be perfect in anything. There is always something that we have to achieve more. There is always something that we have to learn more. So in my case, I have to do a lot of work upon my pronunciation, on my vocabulary, on sentence structure, and a lot of more things, okay? But what I learned in these 21 days, I just learned how to speak English. I just learned how to conquer my fear. Apart from this, I also learned that how can I remove my hesitations, which I usually had earlier. Okay, so in these 21 days, I worked upon all these things and I made it. And I'm telling you, if you follow all these methods, all these steps, you will also be able to speak fluently as much I am speaking in front of you right now, okay? So let's start the steps and I will be telling you the 5 steps. If you follow all these 5 steps, I can bet you, I can challenge you, it is 100% guarantee that you will be able to be fluent in English within 21 days. So now I will tell you the step number 1. So the very first step is make it a project. Now you will say, what project? Okay, let me explain it to you. Look, I have been going through this problem since 10 to 12 years and I was not able to speak. Although sometimes I tried hard, but I always fall behind. Why it is so? Because I lacked consistency. This is the most important thing that I was not doing those days. So I just want to tell you that make it a project. 21 days ago, I made it a project that for the next 21 days, I will indulge myself completely into English. I will give myself to English. I will commit to English. So unless you make it a project, you will not be able to devote time to your spoken English. And this is the most important thing you have to do. Okay, first you have to decide. Look, if you are an aspirant, you will have to do a lot of work. Like you have to study, you have to go out with your friends, you have to give time to your family too. There are a lot of things happening in your life, and things are going on and on and on. But we cannot live our life like this. We have to prioritize. We have to identify the area where we need to work upon. And so I did. 21 days ago, I just decided, I just prioritized, I identified that spoken English is the thing that is important for my career, that is lagging me behind. So I decided that for the next 21 days, I will commit myself to the English. And this is what I want you to do. Just make it a project, commit yourself to English, and you will see that English will happen to you. English will come to you. Okay, so the very first step is that you have to take an oath. You have to promise yourself that you will learn English for the next 21 days. Your focus should be only and only on English and not other things. Okay, I know you have to do a lot of things, but when you make it a project, your mind will consciously focus on English, and this is what you have to do. Okay, so make it a project. This is the first step. I made it a project 21 days ago, and you can see the result here. And now let's move to the second step. Okay, now the second step is listen. OMG, it is the most important step. Okay, for the first 4 to 5 days, what you have to do, you have to listen more and more and more. Listen as much as you can. I just listened English for the first 4 to 5 days. Okay, you know, people will tell you that you have to speak English from the very first day, but this does not happen. How can you speak English unless you know that what you have to speak, when you have to speak, or how you have to speak? You need to know the process. And how will you know the process? You will know the process only and only by listening. Okay, people will tell you that you have to speak English from the very first day, but believe me, this is a bullshit idea. You cannot speak English from the very first day. You need to know that what you have to speak and when you have to speak and how you have to speak. You have to gather some kind of information. Okay, and when you will receive the information, you will start thinking in English. People will tell you that start thinking in English, but this doesn't happen. We cannot think anything which is not in our mind. Okay, हम किसी भी चीज़ के बारे में सोच नहीं सकते जब तक वो हमारे माइंड के अंदर हो. तो उसके लिए पहले ज़रूरी है कि वो इन्फॉर्मेशन आप अपने माइंड में लाएं. जब तक आप वो इन्फॉर्मेशन अपने माइंड में लाएंगे नहीं, तब तक आप सोच नहीं पाएंगे. और अगर आप 4-5 दिन तक सुनते हैं इंग्लिश को बहुत ज़्यादा, तो योर माइंड विल बी फिल्ड विथ many English sentences. Okay, and when your mind is filled with so many English sentences, you will start thinking in English, and when you will start thinking in English, you will automatically start speaking. And trust me, this is the process. This is the only process through which you can get out of this problem. Okay, so now this is the second step, and now let's move to the third step. And the third step is, once you are done with 4 to 5 days of listening, you now start speaking short sentences. Okay, so the third step is start speaking short sentences. Don't mind if you are not able to make long sentences. Okay, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on yourself. Just start speaking small sentences like this. What are you doing? Why don't you come and meet me? Where are you going? Start speaking these sentences. And when you will start speaking these sentences, what will happen? You will start gaining some kind of confidence in yourself. Okay, you cannot start speaking long sentences at once. Okay, first you have to speak small sentences, then slowly you will start gathering confidence. And when you will gather confidence, you will get to know that how to link these short sentences and you will be able to make a long one too. This is the process. What is a long sentence in English? Long sentence means you have to link two or more short sentences. So first, command on short sentences. First, start speaking short sentences. First, start speaking slowly, okay? And when you start speaking short sentences, when you start speaking small sentences in your house, around your area, you will be able to gain confidence, and after some days you will be able to link all those sentences. Okay, so this is the third step. And please यहाँ पर मैं आपको ये कहूँगी कि अपने आप को तकलीफ मत दीजिए कि मैं लंबे सेंटेंसेस नहीं बोल पा रही हूँ, अब मेरा क्या होगा, मुझे तो आता ही नहीं है, मैंने 4-5 दिन इंग्लिश सुना लेकिन मैं लॉन्ग सेंटेंसेस नहीं बना पा रही हूँ, मैं कंटिन्यूअसली किसी से बात नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. नो, ये आपके साथ तुरंत नहीं होने वाला है. इट टेक टाइम्स. Actually, English demands time and commitment. You have to be committed and you have to give time. Okay, so this is the third step. What you all need to do, just start making small sentences. Use as much as you can. Use small sentences in your house. Talk to your mother, talk to your father, whether they understand or not. Just speak some sentences, and after 4-5 days you have to practice 50 small sentences per day, and this must be your routine. Okay, just speak 50 sentences in English per day, and I am telling you, within 10 days your mind will be filled up with so many sentences that you can talk to anybody, anything, on any topic at any time. Okay, so this is the third step. Okay, now let's move to the fourth step. So the fourth step is that you have to watch movies in English. Listen carefully. I am not telling you that you have to watch English movies. I am telling you that you have to watch movies in English. There is a huge difference between these two things. Okay, and what is the difference? If you watch any English movie, you will not be able to learn anything. You will not be able to get the meaning also. Okay, and if you watch movies in English, by saying movies in English, I mean that you have to watch Hindi movies dubbed in English. And where will you get all these movies? You will get all these movies on any app like Netflix or Amazon Prime, Z5. There are many apps which provide you these kind of movies. All you have to do, you have to buy some kind of subscription. And listen, if you want to learn something, you will have to spend something. I spent 200 rupees on my Netflix subscription, and I'm telling you that it helped me a lot. What I did, I just watched 21 movies in these 21 days. And after watching a movie, I make sure that I write down some sentences in English. And I also make sure that I learn these sentences or repeat these sentences during my whole day, or repeat it 4 to 5 times in a day. And this is the most important thing you have to do. Look, you don't have to, when you watch a movie now, you will get a lot of new sentences, but you don't have to write it down everything. Just make it a routine, make it a discipline that you will write 10 sentences only from a movie. You will write only 10 sentences from a movie, and what will happen that you will be provided with 10 sentences, and apart from this you also enjoy your movie. And when you enjoy something, you learn something. And when you watch movie in English, you will enjoy it, you will be learning English. Okay, so this is the fourth step, which is very, very, very crucial for you. It helped me a lot. And I also showed you in some of my videos that I'm watching this movies and I'm watching that movie. So all what you have to do, just do it. Just get a subscription and watch Hindi movies in English. And I'm telling you, if you watch 10 movies in English, you will be able to speak in English. This is the most easiest method to learn English. Okay, let's move to the point number 5. And the step number 5 is that expose yourself to English. Yeah, of course, you have to expose yourself to English. And how will you do that? Just if you have any brother or sister who can talk in English, start talking to them in English. But you don't have, like I don't have any brother and sister to whom I can talk in English. I don't find myself comfortable to talking to them in English. Okay, So what I did, I just start talking to myself. And how I did it? Okay, I am just giving you an example. Okay, what I used to do, yeah, what I am doing right now also. I just sit in the room and I just ask myself a few questions like, Beauty, how are you feeling today? And then I answer it ki, okay, I'm not feeling right now good. These days I'm little demotivated. I don't feel like studying. So this kind of answers I used to give to myself. Then I again ask question, then I again give answer to myself. And this is the process which helped me a lot. You may think that it is not necessary, but it is very, very, very necessary. Because when you speak to yourself, when you speak to any other person in your house or in your friend zone, you get to know that what you have to speak. You get to know the sentences, new sentences, and you know how to express your feelings. It is the most important thing. So the last step is very, very crucial for you. Spend at least half an hour with yourself and start speaking in English. And if you speak to yourself, there is another benefit, and the benefit is that there is no one judging you. So speak your heart out, speak whatever you want, okay? And whenever you don't get the sentence, what I used to do, whenever I don't get the sentence, what I do, I just Google it from the Google Translate, and it provides me with a translation, and I just then take a screenshot of it and then I start speaking it. So you can also do this, okay? सो दिस इज़ द लास्ट स्टेप. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने अपने स्पोकन इंग्लिश में जो भी फॉलो किया था, मैंने आपको सब कुछ बता दिया है. और मैं ये भी कह सकती हूँ कि मैंने पूरे वीडियो के दौरान में कुछ गलतियाँ भी की होंगी, पर ये गलतियाँ इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होती. इंपॉर्टेंट ये होता है कि आपके अंदर कितना करेज है, आपके अंदर कितना कॉन्फिडेंस है इंग्लिश बोलने का. और वंस यू गेन द कॉन्फिडेंस, यू विल बी एबल टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. दैट्स ऑल. और इसके अलावा मैं आपको ये भी बता दूँ कि जैसा कि अगर आप मेरे पुराने व्यूअर हैं तो आपको पता ही होगा कि मैं हमेशा अपनी लाइफ में चैलेंजेस लेती हूँ अपनी लाइफ को बेटर बनाने के लिए. तो ये जो मैंने 21 डेज का स्पोकन इंग्लिश चैलेंज लिया था, मुझे लगता है कि ये अब तक का बेस्ट चैलेंज था. क्योंकि जिस चीज़ से मैं बहुत सालों से जूझ रही थी, जिस चीज़ से मुझे लग रहा था कि मुझे छुटकारा चाहिए, एक चीज़ है जो मुझे नहीं आती है, मुझे बहुत सीखना है, उस चीज़ को मैंने 21 दिन में सीख लिया. और मुझे लगता है कि ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है. और इसके अलावा मैं आपको बता दूं कि मैं हर मंथ कोई ना कोई ऐसा चैलेंज ज़रूर लेती हूँ जो कि मेरे लाइफ को अच्छा कर सके. तो मई मंथ का भी चैलेंज मैं लेने वाली हूँ, और इस चैलेंज से रिलेटेड वीडियो मैं कल अपलोड करूँगी और आपको बताऊँगी कि पूरे मई मंथ के लिए मेरा कौन सा चैलेंज है. और मैं कोशिश करूँगी कि जो मेरा नेक्स्ट चैलेंज है उसको मैं स्पोकन इंग्लिश चैलेंज की तरह एकदम सीरियसली लूँ और उससे बहुत अच्छे से फॉलो करूँ. तो बस आज की वीडियो में बस इतना ही. मुझे लगता है कि मैंने आपकी लाइफ में आज कोई ना कोई वैल्यू ज़रूर ऐड किया है. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो लाइक कर दीजिए, चैनल पर नए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए. इसी तरह के वीडियोस के साथ आपसे मिलती रहूँगी, आपकी लाइफ में वैल्यू ऐड करती रहूँगी. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.